50 Internet Terms. From A to Z. Part 2. From HTTPS to www. HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. These are transfer protocols responsible for transmitting web pages on the Internet. HTTP and HTTPS are actually in front of every Internet address, like in this example of wikipedia.org. HTTPS is especially important as it guarantees that the connection is secure and cannot be spied on by others. The symbol for this is the padlock before each HTTPS page. This is especially important for online shopping and banking transactions. Internet of Things. The Internet of Things (IoT) means that not only devices like laptops, smartphones, and PCs are connected to your Wi-Fi in a home network, but also appliances such as refrigerators, lamps, washing machines, or heaters. This allows these devices to be controlled and monitored remotely. IP address. In a network, the exchange of data between devices is done using so-called IP addresses. These are 4-digit numbers from 0 to 255 separated by 3 dots. There are private addresses in a home, school, or company network, which can also change within the network, but there are also public IP addresses on the Internet that are fixed. Therefore, routers have 2 IP addresses since they need to communicate between a private and a public network. ISP. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. Suppose you're connected to the Internet at home with your laptop or PC via a router. If we take a more detailed look, then your router is actually connected to an ISP, which provides Internet access. You also need to pay for the Internet plan you're using to the ISP. It's important to note that ISPs store everything you do on the Internet, and in the case of a crime, they must provide this information to the police. LAN. LAN stands for Local Area Network, referring to a smaller network like a home, company, or a school network. WLAN is an abbreviation for wireless LAN, but the term Wi-Fi or wireless fidelity is much more commonly used. Wi-Fi means that the device is wirelessly connected to the network via radio waves. Additionally, there are terms like MIN, Metropolitan Area Network, for a network that covers a city or metropolitan area. WAN, Wide Area Network, for networks spanning entire continents, and GAN, Global Area Network, which consolidates all these networks into a global network. Link. A link, short for hyperlink, is a text or image on a web page that allows the user to navigate to a new page by clicking or tapping on it. Text hyperlinks may have several characteristics, such as being differently colored, often blue, being underlined, and displaying a hand symbol when hovered over with the mouse cursor. Also, at the bottom of the browser, the link preview bar shows which page will be accessed when clicking the link. Mailbox. When checking my emails in Outlook, for example, where are these emails actually stored? They're stored in what's called a mailbox, which resides on my mail server on the Internet. This mailbox is, of course, associated with my email address. It contains all the emails I've received, as well as the emails I have sent, drafts, and even the deleted ones. Mailing list. Also known as a distribution list or contact list. When sending an email, you can send it to a single email address or to a mailing list you've created beforehand. When I send the email, it will be sent to all the members of the list. Mail server. Suppose you want to write and send emails from your home computer. A mail server is the service on the Internet responsible for sending and receiving a user's emails. Well-known mail servers on the Internet include Outlook, Google Mail, or Yahoo. Plugin. Plugins are extensions that add additional functions to a browser. In Google Chrome, you can download extensions for free. These can, for example, block unwanted ads, display PDF documents, or read the text of a web page aloud. Podcast. A podcast is essentially a radio show on the Internet. Podcast episodes can be listened to live or after they've been published. There are podcasts on a wide range of topics, many of which can be listened to directly on the Internet or through streaming platforms like Spotify. POP3. POP3 stands for Post Office Protocol version 3. It's a commonly used email protocol responsible for receiving emails from a server to a local email client. This is necessary if you want to manage emails not directly through the internet via a browser but, for example, through the Outlook app. In this case, emails are essentially downloaded via the POP3 protocol. Another email reception protocol is IMAP. Router. In a home, school, or company network, a router is the device that transmits data packets between the network and the internet. In the home environment, the router is usually also the device that provides Wi-Fi. Search engine. A search engine is a website that allows users to search for information on the World Wide Web by entering search terms. The search engine provides results such as web pages, images, videos, and maps, as shown here when searching for the term New York. Search engines also contain sponsored advertisements since companies are keen on being displayed at the top of search results. Google is the most commonly used search engine with a 93% market share, followed by Bing and Yahoo, each with 3%. Server. In a computer network, there are always two types of devices: clients and servers. Servers provide services while clients use these services. Servers exist in local networks but also on the internet. Depending on the services servers provide, there are different types of servers. File servers store shared files accessible from various devices. Web servers display web pages. Mail servers handle email sending. A print server can manage central print jobs, and game servers provide gaming platforms. Social media. Social media platforms allow people to communicate with each other on the internet. Users can share and exchange information, opinions, images, and videos. These platforms are used by individuals, companies, and even political parties. Users can typically add friends and like postings they find interesting. The largest social media platforms include Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok with a massive user base. Social media users have to be careful because not only useful and valid information is being shared, but also false information, fake news, and discriminatory content. Spam. Spam or junk mail generally refers to unwanted advertising received via emails, but also through services like WhatsApp or SMS. These spam emails are sent out in millions. If only a small fraction of careless users fall for this advertising and make a purchase, the sender makes a profit or collects sensible data from their victims. It is best to ignore spam emails or mark them as spam or junk mail. However, important emails may sometimes unintentionally end up in the junk mail folder, so it's advisable to check it occasionally. Above all, spam emails can be annoying, especially when received in large quantities. Surfing. Surfing is synonymous with browsing. You can surf the internet using common browsers like Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, and Opera. To access a web page, you can type a web address into the address bar. Alternatively, you can use Google to search for a web address. Upload. Upload refers to transferring data from a local system to a remote system, typically a server, via the internet. It's essentially the opposite of downloading. For instance, when someone wishes to update their profile picture on Facebook or WhatsApp, they need to choose the desired image from their computer or network and then upload it to the internet. Once uploaded, the image is stored on the Facebook or WhatsApp server online. It's important to note that the internet has a long memory. Because servers routinely back up their data, removing an uploaded file from the web can be quite challenging. URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator and is another term for a web address. Every web page or downloadable file has a unique URL on the internet. Even a YouTube video has such a location on the internet. Let's take a look, for example, at the URL of this music video. The core of the address is the domain name, in this case youtube.com. Before that is www, which stands for World Wide Web. Preceding that is HTTPS, which is the transmission protocol. After the domain name, following by a /, there are additional address details in the URL, which can also represent subdirectories on the internet. Voice over IP. VoIP stands for Voice over IP or Voice over Internet Protocol, and is also referred to as IP telephony or Internet telephony. The idea behind it is to no longer use the traditional landline, where landline charges apply, but to make cheaper calls via the Internet's data lines through a dedicated voice over IP provider. Technically, this works as follows. When speaking into the phone, the audio signals are converted into data packets, sent over the internet, and then converted back into audio signals at the destination phone. Webmaster. A webmaster is a manager, often also the creator of a website. He or she ensures the site is kept up to date and assists with technical issues. Web space. If you wish to run your own website, such as an online shop, you'll require storage space on the internet, commonly referred to as web space. Here, the website's files are stored on a web server and can be accessed via the internet. Naturally, you'll need to compensate the web space provider for this service, as well as for registering the desired domain name. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. It is also sometimes called WLAN or wireless LAN. Typically, in a home network nowadays, all digital devices are wirelessly connected to the internet via Wi-Fi. Usually the router that connects your home network to the internet also serves as the main Wi-Fi access point. WWW stands for World Wide Web. It is mostly equated with the internet. The World Wide Web consists of millions of web pages, which in turn can contain text, images, videos, audio files, and hyperlinks, and can be viewed with web browsers. Many internet addresses start with www, but this is not necessarily always the case. www is technically just one service on the internet. There are also email, FTP, and others. www is, so to speak, one lane on the vast data highway of the internet.